got the goose. We got the gooses on.
There's not many excuses to get away with it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I do like that. It'll get to that age where the rubber
Have you seen that shape GT?
know they kind of.
Sorry that I don't know.
Well looked after full Toyota dealer service history for it. Paid. I've had it for 2 years now. I don't spend it. I only paid 5 grand. got the goofies on.
There's not many excuses to get away from it. Yeah, exactly. Oh. I do like that. He'll get that age where the
I've seen him, that shape GT.
They did, yeah.
know they kind of.
Sorry that I always miss.
Well looked after full Toyota dealer service history for it. Paid. I've had it for 2 years now. I've never paid money. I only paid 5.
Hello and welcome to the first Cars on Toast for the 2026 series. And I've chucked myself in the corner here to do a live stream and hopefully talk to a variety of these wonderful cars and their owners. Well, as you can see over here, we have a plethora of Porsches. We have Ferraris. We have more humble cars. Oh, it's a bit bright, doesn't it? We have a few more recognizable cars that we perhaps might have seen on the high street. But hopefully we're going to see lots of supercars as well. And I have set this camera up 3 or 4 times and had to move because the cars keep coming in. And as you've seen from the beginning of the video, we've been running a toast cam, which is pointed out at the entrance there, where people can see the cars coming in and give you a variety of some of the cars that have arrived this evening. Now it's, what is it, 5:45 at the moment, so it officially doesn't start till 6 o'clock. But as you can see, it's quite a crowd already. And the car park over in the far distance there, that has got a whole variety of other cars. So you've got sort of specialist cars in this area and the pretty nice ones over there, as well as a whole range of other ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Toast Cam at the entrance, leave that running for a bit while I go and find an owner of a particular car, and let's see if we can have a chat and find out more about what it's like to own some of these beautiful cars.
They did, yeah.
As you can see, there's a good full car park here, and this is just one of the rows. We've got another 4 or 5 to fill up yet. Try and give you the grand tour. We've got a variety of concession stands down here. Piston Distillery are here. A couple of food ones at a coffee bar, and then up here the car park is getting fuller, and then if we go across here you can see it's starting to get really, really busy. And as I say, it officially doesn't start for another 10 minutes, so you can imagine what it's going to be like in an hour's time. In fact, it's so busy. In fact, it's so busy, I'm finding it hard to speak to somebody because everybody's all chatting with each other about their lovely cars. Let's go and have a look at the mini section. There's nice minis over there. A few custom cars I can see. Seen a few Morgans. What else? Aston Martins, Jags. Well, a whole variety. So I'll go back to Toast Cam and we'll come back in a second.
set up on the entrance as well?
Yeah, got one of those.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good.
Toast cam. Just
Toast cam. That's brilliant.
So I'm with Paul at the moment, and he's going to tell us about this lovely piece of Americana.
1966 Mustang. It's genuine V8. Perfect timing, thank you, Josh. It's in its original colour, original interior.
Wow.
And it has its original gearbox, original drivetrain, but it does unfortunately not have its original engine. So it's not quite a full matching numbers car.
Right.
Which means I could afford to buy it.
Oh, right, okay. So have you recovered it? Have you repaired it, or has it been kept in this condition?
As with every classic car, it's got a story. The chap who I bought it off was a guy who actually imported it into the UK. He imported it around about 2008, 2009 for him and his father to do various car shows around the south of England. Right. He ran it for a couple of years. Sadly, his father then passed away, and he put the car into storage, and it sat there for about another 4 or 5 years in storage, and eventually he plucked up the courage to sell it.
Yeah.
I, like about 1,000 other people, applied on the advert on eBay, and I eventually went down and I was almost interviewed to take over ownership of the car. Yeah.
Well, that's understandable. If it's been your pride and joy, you want it to go to a good home, don't you?
But because it had been in storage for so long, yes. I mean, with a little bit of help of a garage near Evesham, which is not too many miles away from here, it's had new brakes, new fuel lines, complete overhaul, calipers, brakes. After getting it back on the road and MOT'd, I've deinstalled the air conditioning system because it was not original to the car. It was a modern take on it. I've undersealed the car. I've thrown so many tins of Hammerite on the inside and outside and everything. But it's a driver's car. I mean, you can tell from the blemishes and the paintwork. It is what it is. But it's about as true as it can be to how it left the factory.
And so when you've been fixing calipers and doing all sort of minor things, but all the practical things, have you had to import all the stuff from America to do it? Yeah.
Well, there's such a huge scene for you can buy every single bit. I mean, you could build one from scratch almost.
Really?
You can buy body shells over in the US. But there are 3 or 4 Mustang specialists in the UK that have been established for many, many, many years. Mustang Maniac and Essex Mustangs. And what they don't have on the shelf pretty much already anyway is the sort of stuff that you wouldn't mind waiting a week or two anyway. One quick shout out to a lot of people in the UK who have American cars. There is a US parts supplier called Rock Auto. I've ordered parts on Rock Auto that have been shipped from the US and they arrive in 2 days.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you are paying a premium for the delivery, but in 2 days. I've ordered stuff off eBay that comes from Lincolnshire that takes longer than that.
Yeah. God bless the Royal Mail.
Exactly,
God bless them.
Yeah.
Well, that's lovely. Thank you very much. And I take it you're holding on to it. You're not here to sell it.
If a fastback came along and I had the money in the bank, I had saved up my pennies, I would go for a fastback. But they are, in general, a fastback's almost double the price of a coupe.
Right.
And these are much more attainable in that for that regard.
And have you always had American cars?
No. This was my second. I had another Mustang, a 2006 GT, which again was a left-hand drive US import. I sold that about 2 years ago. This one I've had for 4 years, and I was lucky enough that my other half allowed me. Last year I bought a second one.
Right.
And I've bought a 2009 Bullet.
Oh.
Yes. Oh. Which again was only available in the US, so it's a US left-hand drive. I know you can buy the modern ones now in the UK right-hand drive, but she's currently in my garage at home. Needs a little bit of tinkering before she comes out this summer. Whereas this old thing turns a key and it always goes. No electronics, no ECU. It'll always start and go. So with my godson and his friend today, we thought we'd come out and enjoy the sunshine.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Fascinating.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
I'll go back to.
know they kind of.
Sorry that I don't like this.
Well looked after, full Toyota dealer service history, paid. I've had it for 2 years now, I've never paid money, I pay only paid for it.
What are we supposed to talk about?
We'll talk about you and your car. I'm with Jazz at the moment, as you can probably see, with this beautiful Mercedes, and hopefully you're going to tell me which model it is and a bit of history associated with it.
So this is the AMG GT63, and it was released around about a year and a half ago now. So it's still fairly new model. This one was new February last year, so I had it about a year from brand new. This is basically the top spec AMG that you can buy now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's actually the newer version of that one next to it.
Okay.
So next to it you've got the previous version of the AMG.
Okay. So it should be coming on camera now. Yeah, there you go. Lovely. So, well, you say the top spec. What does the top spec consist of?
Well, it's really, really powerful.
Right.
So, if I remember correctly, it's got nearly 600 brake horsepower.
Wow. 0 to the magistrate's court in a few seconds.
Yeah, one of those. I mean, it's 0 to 60 is about 3 seconds, so it is pretty rapid. And you get everything inside as well, so you don't really not get anything with this car. You get pretty much everything.
Right.
The difference with this is it's quite a bit bigger from the previous model. It's got seats in the back as well. Okay. So what they aim to do is try and make a car that wasn't just a track car. So this is a track car, but you can sit your kids in the back. Right. You can cruise in it up and down the motorway. I suppose the downside is it is quite a bit bigger, so it can be difficult to park in a regular car park. So actually, I do have a daily.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't take this to Tesco, do you?
Yeah, I mean, it will do pretty much everything. So even if you're on a track, it will time your track times for you. It will do pretty much everything, this car.
Wow.
But they actually call it the Swiss Army knife because it's capable of everything. It does everything.
And have you taken it on track days?
Yeah, well, not this particular one. So when I bought it, because I bought an AMG brand new, you basically get a day in one of these. Mm-hmm. So I have been on the track in one of these, and it is a very, very capable car. One of the big differences between the old one and the new one, the old one was rear-wheel drive. This is four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive?
Yeah, so you've got a lot of traction. It does mean the car's quite a lot heavier, but they've managed to make up for that, so it hasn't lost any of its power or its speed.
Wow.
Essentially, the car under the bonnet is probably quite similar. They've just had to adjust for the weight, really. It's really the chassis that's changed.
Right, fantastic, lovely. And have you always had Mercedes?
No, I've had so my first supercar was actually one of those, the older Mercedes.
Right.
I've had an R8 Performance Carbon Black. I've had an Aston Martin Vantage. Yeah, of course, yeah. Aston Martin Vantage. I've always got a couple of cars on the go, to be honest. I've got a modern classic as well. But yeah, no, cars is pretty much my my passion. But you can see they're quite similar in terms of the two cars.
And have you owned one of those?
Yes, yeah, I've had one of those. Yeah.
So what are they like to drive by comparison?
Amazing. That's the reason I got back into one of them actually. So I had my GTS for 4 years.
Right.
Most amazing car I've ever driven. This is just newer. It's a bit safer because of the four-wheel drive as well. So felt a little bit safer getting this.
And have you taken it out on winter roads? Would you do that?
Yeah, so I use mine. Yeah, I use mine all the time. That's the beauty of that. It's four-wheel drive, so although it's very powerful, it's very capable in the rain.
Right.
The downside is you're on the motorway and it's very wet because the width of the tyres make it really difficult to get any traction. And actually,
okay.
you don't get the same braking power either because of the ceramics, which aren't very good in water.
Right.
So it does have downsides to it. It's not, it's not an all singing, dancing car, but it's certainly safer than that.
Right. And so have you had the sort of entire Mercedes sports range over the years?
Largely, yes. I've had an A45 AMG, which is the A-Class AMG. I've had a C43, which was a C-Class. But then I kind of jumped straight into their supercar range, so I kind of skipped a few and went into the AMG range.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much indeed for your time. It's been fascinating to hear a bit more, and I'm sure people have been very pleased with what they're seeing. So you'd recommend Mercedes to everybody?
I always would. I'm quite lucky because I've met the CEO of Mercedes AMG,
right.
which is how I managed to get one of these because they built 200 units and there were only 2 left in the world.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I kind of put a message out there saying, can I have one? And fortunately I managed to bag one. But
right.
yeah, I mean Mercedes, look, you're going to get everything with it. This is probably, the price of this car actually is probably a lot higher than you would expect it to be. So
right.
I think that's the downside, but you get everything that most supercars don't get. So
right.
It is pretty much one of those cars you can use as anything you want it to.
Super.
But I drive fast in mine, so.
Oh, well, thanks for your time anyway.
No, not at all. Nice
Thank
to meet
you. Yeah, you too. So I'm with Matt now and his gorgeous Spyder RS. And hopefully you're going to tell me a little bit of history about the car and how you actually came to own one.
Yes, so it's Golf Orange Spyder RS, purchased from Porsche Cambridge, second-hand actually used. It's got the Wysack pack, paint to sample, and it's got the carbon bucket seats, carbon interior, PDK, extended leather and Alcantara. It's got the Bose surround, and yeah, it's got carbon ceramic brakes, silver wheels.
Is that the full spec for something like this?
Full spec, yeah. So Wysack pack with all the carbon, even just the carbon trims here on the corner, and yeah, brake calipers painted in black, which is also an option, and yeah, private reg is very, very good. PDLS lights, upgraded lights, and yeah, it's pretty fully loaded, really.
Excellent. And so, top question is, what's it like to drive? What's the performance like?
It's mega to drive. The balance of it is amazing. The air intake from the 4 litre, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. You can't go wrong with that at all. Perfect package.
Have you had these before, this model on before?
Not this model. We've had the 981 GT4 before this. That's what part exchange at this, but this is our first 718 and
Right.
first Spyder RS. Had a few other things before and currently, but yeah, this is a brilliant road trip car, and you've got plenty of space in the front and rear, and yeah, it's honestly it's amazing. We've done a Europe trip in it last year, and yeah, can't fault it at all.
No?
Perfect.
So simple practical questions. What's the sort of mile per gallon you get on this? Is it thirsty?
It's quite thirsty, yeah, with it being a 4 litre flat six.
4 litre.
I would say anywhere from 9 mpg all the way to 20 mpg on a nice motorway run. But yeah, if you're really tracking it or blasting around the B roads, then yeah, anywhere from 9 to 15 on average, I would say.
Okay, and so you're obviously very pleased with the car, but what would you change if you could?
Ooh, what would I change if I could? Good question. Maybe a bit more, even more carbon fibre on the front and the rear diffuser, maybe. Apart from that, I can't fault anything at all. Yeah, maybe a carbon fibre front splitter. I know it's Porsche designed it to be used, hence the plastic. But yeah, I'd definitely say maybe more carbon fibre. But yeah, apart from that, I can't fault it at all. It's absolutely brilliant.
So how long have you had it now?
We've had it since October 2024.
And are you likely to keep it for more years, or
This
do
will
you
be
move on?
many more years now. We can't figure out a reason why to get rid of it. It's the perfect package, perfectly well balanced, 500 horsepower, front and rear frunk, and yeah, you can fit suitcases in. You can go for 2-3 weeks away in this, no problem. And yeah, it's
Could you pop the engine?
Yep. You won't see any of the engine,
Oh, is it?
unfortunately.
It's
No.
one of those completely sealed, is it?
Yeah. Because it's all under here. So it's all into that, and then you've got the manual roof. So that's carbon fibre manual roof, just here, that you have to take off. That's the only thing that I probably would change, is maybe the roof, but that's why we just keep the roof as it is, like there underneath that, just to not have any hassle with moving the roof on and off. We were on a Europe trip, and it was very, very heavy rain, and we just kept it over 40 mile an hour, and it's perfectly fine. Can't tell any difference.
Right. So obviously, as always with this sort of type of vehicle, it's not an engine that you can tinker with yourself. It's not designed for that, is it?
Everything has got to go onto a lift, and yeah, it's got to be all from the bottom, and yeah, there's very little that you can do from the top, unfortunately. But yeah, such is that. That's the way it's going though nowadays.
Well, that's lovely. Thank you very much indeed for your time. That's
No problem at all.
a pleasure to be shown around your pride and joy.
No worries. No, I appreciate your time.
Are you happy with the colour? Would you change the colour?
Happy with the colour. One of 3 in the UK so far that we know of, according to what the dealers told us. And yeah, one of 3. So yeah, we'll definitely keep it that way, I think.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'll hand back to Polcam while I go and look for another car now.
Good.
Well, this is probably a good time to let you know a little bit more about Toast, which is on the A422, just 10 minutes west of Worcester. Not west of, what's that? East of Worcester, forgive me, on the Ulster Road. As you can see, there's still vehicles arriving. But let's have a little bit of introduction to Toast. If you've not been before, I can thoroughly recommend coming over for brunch and breakfast. Let's face it, breakfast meetings and socialising has really taken over from dinner meetings, because at least you enjoy the food, enjoy the company, and then you just get on with the rest of your day. Whereas if you have a few drinks in the evening, that generally is the end of the day. But listen, have a see what you think of Toast.
Start your day at Toast. Looking for a breakfast spot that's more than just a meal? Welcome to Toast, your countryside escape just minutes from Worcester. Family run and full of charm, Toast blends modern, farmhouse and industrial design to create the ultimate cosy brunch space. Whether you're warming up by the fire in winter or soaking up sunshine in our beautiful outdoor dining area. Our menu, mouth-watering. There's something to tempt every taste. Bring your dog and bring your appetite. And don't forget to ask about a stroll through the nearby Bluebell Woods after your meal. Toast. Breakfast reimagined. Escape the ordinary and discover Toast just outside Worcester.
As you can see, it's still busy here, and we are, what time now? Only 6:30. So people are enjoying the evening and certainly milling around looking at the wealth of cars. Now, the event is sponsored at Toast by Dynasty Finance, and for those of you that haven't heard of the name or perhaps don't know anything about them, then let's have a quick chat with Dynasty Finance. The car park is jam solid now, and certainly this wealth of cars here and lovely weather is definitely the first shorts and t-shirt day of the year, I think. And everybody, as you can see, are enjoying having a few drinks, meeting their friends and taking in the landscape. But this nest of Porsches here and Ferraris just look lovely, don't they? I'm hoping to have the owner of a Lotus come down in a second, but I'm not too sure if his friend has found him. But failing that, I shall head up and see if we can check out the Minis, where I did station myself earlier on and got waylaid. So stay with it. I'll head back to Toast Cam and we'll keep an eye on what's going on. Now at the event here, they do have space for the car of the show, which is a Lamborghini, which somebody has just stood in front of the camera. No, they're not in front of the camera. So I want to try and get a look around this if I can. Beautiful, beautiful looking car. Hiya. It would be nice to speak with the owner, but I don't know who it is, unfortunately. Well, there's still some nice cars coming through, so I'll go back to Toast Cam and see who else I can speak to. So I'm with Pete, who is the owner of this beautiful orange. Seems to be the colour of the night, doesn't it? The orange.
Yeah.
This orange Mini. So tell me a bit about a history. How did it come into your hands?
I bought it off a friend in Alvechurch, so it stayed local. Bought it in 2002. I bought it for the grand sum of £150.
£150, and I take it wasn't in this condition.
It wasn't too bad actually. So
really?
This is actually the original condition. It's had a bit of an overspray, but it is as it's come. So I've had it since 2002, but the guy I bought it off had it in his garage for 10 years, and he didn't do anything with it.
Right.
So it's got the original miles of 18,000 miles on the clock.
It hasn't gone round the clock?
No, it hasn't gone round the clock.
My word.
The engine has never been out. It's original as they come, really, to be honest.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I've had, this is probably the 4th Mini I've owned.
Yeah.
But my main passion is Land Rovers.
Oh, okay. Different beast altogether.
Yeah, different beast. It's a bit different coming out of this and then driving the Land Rover.
I bet.
Totally different.
I bet. Yeah, you've got to wait for a minute for the brakes to
exactly.
grip. Yeah.
But I've always been into old cars, messing around on my parents' driveway.
Yeah.
My dad taught me what I know, so and he's passed it on to me.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Excellent. And can you pop the bonnet? Can you have a look into
it is, like I say, it is very original. It's not very concourse.
Nobody's judging you. Nobody's judging you. So what age is it then? What's
so
the
it's
year?
a 1979 Mini Clubman.
79, right.
So it's a 1098cc engine. As I say, don't judge. It is very, very original.
Excellent. But you can get to everything. This is the difference.
You can get to it,
with the older vehicles.
So the engine's never been out. So the guy I bought it off, I knew him quite well. So yeah, and he kept it for 10 years in his garage.
That's fair enough, though. It's all road legal.
It's all road legal. It's tax and MOT exempt.
Right.
So yeah, it's 47 years old now.
And how many miles to the gallon do we say these days?
I don't think we count anymore really on these, but I choose it for local shows.
No, it's nice to see the Mini still loved by people that are caring about it like yourself.
Yeah.
I had a Cooper S at one stage.
Yeah.
And borrowed it from a friend and fell in love with it. All the hot bucket seats and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
and it just sort of stuck to the ground as it went round corners.
I've had to hold myself back from modifying this because of how original it is.
Yeah.
I need to keep it like that. Really, that's where they hold their value, and it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
To keep the heritage.
And what are your future plans? Would you change it for a different version Mini, or
no? This will be with me for the rest of my life. My plan is to revamp it a little bit, so I will take the engine out. Revamp the engine. Not a lot I want to do to it. So it's on its original bumpers, original panels. It has had new seals, but that is it. So
fantastic. Well, remarkable history, really, considering the age. But thanks very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
That's really good, really interesting.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
I shall head back to Polcam now and see what else is coming in. As you can see, we're over at the concessionaires area where people are milling around getting the coffee, teas and snacks. And right next door to that happens to be James from Piston Distillery.
Hi there, guys. You all right?
Yeah, nice to see you again, James. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Going through. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely evening here tonight.
You go for a lot of these events. Is that just a bit on the bright side? It is. Let me just change that for a second. But tell me about some of the events that you're going to.
Well, we go to a fair few this year. So main ones are being like Sholsey Walls, Classic Nostalgia. We're going to Car Fest, so you'll see us there. This year that's moving to Silverstone, so that'll be an awesome event for us to be at. And then anywhere we can, there's a car event, we'll try and be where. I think Broadway Car Show will be there, and I think Preston Hill Climb, the Supercar event, I think we'll be there as well.
Nice.
If we go. If the weather's like this, we'll have fantastic time for out.
You're going to get a tan this year.
Yeah, that'll be quite nice. I think the last couple of months have been a little bit too damp for us to be out.
Yeah. It's suddenly changed, hasn't it? Which is great. It's suddenly changed. So, what have you found to be the most popular tipple when you have your gins?
Well, when we have our gins, we've got a couple of nice ones. So we've got the award-winning London Dry. Oh, we're on this camera just here. So this is our first one that we ever made. It's fantastic, just a standard classic London Dry. But for the motoring events, it's actually our Zero Gin that goes down fantastically well. We were never going to make a Zero Gin, but then our managing director Grace got pregnant, and all of a sudden this was top of the list to make. So yeah, that's got still the wonderful flavours of gin. You can have a grown-up drink, but you can go and drive your car afterwards.
It's certainly, I mean, I know my family, we've always enjoyed a bit of G&T, but actually come Christmas time, whatever else, when you're always driving, somebody's always driving.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to feel part of something.
Something a little bit different. You can sit down and have a grown-up drink instead of a Coke or a lemonade. You can actually sit down and think you're drinking a proper drink.
And, go on.
The little bits on the top of the caps as well, made out of aluminium, but in the shape of a piston. Most people think we're cool piston because we're all pissed on gin, but it's actually more the fact that our owner's a complete petrol head. He's got his Alpha in the field over there somewhere, so we've got the little pistons on there, and then
you went into tequilas as well.
Yeah, tequilas, just for let's change it up a little bit. A lovely orange and chili one, and then you've got the coffee tequila to wake you up afterwards. So not too bad on that front.
Excellent. So is this the first one you've been to here?
This year it's the first one. We came to 2 last year. We're trying to work really closely with Toast.
Okay.
I think we're on the bar here as well. So we're
yeah. I saw the signs. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking quite nice.
Excellent. Good. So look for a good season. Well, it's certainly a very pleasant night, isn't it? Good crowd.
Oh, definitely. Some lovely cars that have come in.
Nice.
I'm very lucky to be stood right next to the entrance, so I get to see everything that comes in.
What's your fave?
Oh, do you know what? It's the old Series, I think it's Series 2 Land Rover up at the top.
Okay.
The Fire Brigade one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Right.
My dad had one when we were growing up, and we had 5 kids thrown in the back of it. So brings back some nice memories.
A vehicle with history. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Lovely. Well, thanks for your time.
No worries. Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
the rest of the night.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers. Back to Paul. So the various cars leaving now. And one classic after another. What a fascinating little Fiat 500. This looks rather throaty. And then in Toast, we have some enthusiasts here enjoying a few drinks. And still more vehicles arriving. Let's flip back over to Toast Cam.
They did, yeah.
Well, I think we're getting to the end of the evening. It's what, 7 o'clock just gone, and there's a queue of cars now just queuing to leave from the top end of the field. Here there's a engine or two rumbling away. Nice little black Ferrari, about to make its departure, I think. And a fitting in probably to Cars on Toast. Another wonderful evening here. As you can see, a few people in the audience still, and let's just give you a look up on the bank. Still a good number of people there still. But like I say, if you've not been to Toast before and you quite fancy the idea of coming out for a brunch or a breakfast, and I've done that several times, and it's a lovely atmosphere. Dogs are especially welcome, very welcoming all round. There's even a dog groomers at the back here, so I'm sure you could drop your dog in for a groom and go and have a brunch, which sounds like the perfect combination to me. But if you aren't aware of what they've got on the menu and you haven't looked them up on the website, the Instagram will be appearing shortly at the end of this. Here's the Toast menu. Check this out and see if it tempts your taste bud. So as you can see, their cars are leaving. It's been a great evening, and I'm sure it'll be going on for another hour or so. But a lot of the high-performance sports cars have gone. Thanks to Toast and thanks to Dynasty Finance for letting us be here and showing the world what can be done with a small little live streaming network, multi-camera network. As you've seen, we've got 4 cameras all running, doing different things. One attached to the aerial pole, which has given you the Toast cam for vehicles coming in and going out, and 3 other cameras attached to the tripod here, and a little portable camera that I was using to walk around. In fact, let me just grab that now and give it the final look, and you can actually see what I'm working with. Where are we? There you go. So that's what I've been staring at tonight and lugging around. It's a hefty weight, but it's still manageable with preview monitor on the front, broadcast camera, a director mini, and a live view solo with multiple bonding internet connections, which has been sending the signal out to you and YouTube. So let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed it, if you think there's great potential for something like this at your event. Certainly I'm interested in visiting anything that's got a mass audience appeal, where perhaps people can't necessarily get to an event and would be interested in seeing it on YouTube. And of course these days you can have digital tickets and people can have exclusive access, and it doesn't have to be a public YouTube, it can be a private stream. But if you're interested, contact me there, all the details are around, and certainly when you see the final video or comments on the video, then I can always get back in touch with you the other way. So thanks for your time, hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed it. It's been fun to test everything out and get it all working, and now I've just got to go and climb a very tall pole and get a camera system down. But thanks very much, and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye for now.